All right, everybody, welcome back to more Play Versus. This is Sai, of course, being joined by the legend, the homie, the talent, the great Skiff. We're coming back to you guys with some more Smash action. So right now we're going to have St. Louis High School taking on Capole High School. I hope I said that right. But we're going to have some more games coming for you in a moment. Skiff is going to actually be the the lobby DJ? I guess that's a cool way to put this.
Temporarily for now, yeah. Sometimes we were lucky that some Smash casters have some capture cards, but enough about that. We do have St. Louis taking on Capole. I believe I'm going to jump into that mess with you as well. Hopefully we're getting that correct. If someone is in the chat and they want to let us know, please let us know. We will probably check it a little bit. But either way, we do have some more high school Smash Bros. Action coming at you in just a little bit. As mentioned before, all these sets should be best of 5, and we will play 3 sets. And in the scenario that the first 2 sets go to one team, we will still play out the 3rd set. We do want all the kids to play. You know, we don't want anybody showing up for no reason.
Yeah, because if nothing else, like, this is for entertainment. Like, I know, of course, there's a lot on the line for these teams, you know, Pride especially, but like the stream still wants to see these people. I want to see these people, and if nothing else, having Velocity Review is always like, a great resource. Let's start looking at some of these players. Now, I'm afraid to type in Mickle because I know Mickle, and I don't think the Mickle that I type in is going to be the Mickle that's in this battle. God, that was a tongue twister. Let's check out No Mr. Drops and see if anything pops up. And it's kind of fun, like checking some of these players on like, the Panda database or the Smash GG database and trying to get like an eye on like some of the results they have, because sometimes they don't show up. Like, I wasn't getting a whole lot of stuff pinged from the players you saw earlier, but they were fantastic players. They just hadn't really, entered a whole bunch of stuff yet.
I mean, what it comes down to sometimes is just that high school students either like There's knowing the Smash competitive scene exists, and then there's knowing your locals exist, right? Those are 2 completely different scenarios. Because I was watching Smash majors all the time, and I didn't know about my locals until, you got to go through like maybe perhaps Twitter, maybe perhaps Facebook, and eventually you'll find your crew. But sometimes it's difficult finding your locals. It's not necessarily a resource that's readily available. You do got to do a little bit of research.
True story. Right before we started the stream, I actually just had this interaction with somebody because I was like, oh, I got to run. I'm doing a stream. They're like, oh, what are you streaming? I was like, oh, I'm not really streaming. I'm a Smash caster, and I'm going to go work an event. And they were like, oh, that's where I know you from. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I saw you at blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, this makes me feel cool and hot and famous. But also, they were like, I want to get into Smash, but where do I go? I was like, because we don't have anything here, right? I was like, no, we have a weekly every Thursday. The weekly is actually happening right now as we speak at such and such place. And I like directed him directly to the weekly, but he wouldn't have known about it if he just didn't happen to talk to me at that moment. So sometimes you just gotta, I say this, if you find anybody that is playing Smash and you do have a weekly, just tell them. Even if their goal isn't like to be competitive, maybe they just want to hang out, maybe they just want to make some new friends. I mean, that's where
and that's half the battle for me. I go to locals to hang out with people and see some friends I haven't seen in the past week or so. But also, a little off topic here for Smash, but your cat is outside. Is that something you're aware of?
Oh no, yeah, he's allowed. He's allowed.
Okay,
he's allowed.
I didn't want to take it off outside, and you're like, "Where's my cat?" So I just wanted.
No. Yeah, it's a balcony. Right. I'm on a 3rd floor, so we're pretty high. But
okay, so Zangief has the okay. That's all.
Zangief is good to go out there. He loves being out there. Actually,
I just wanted to be sure. I didn't want to like take it off onto the roof or something. And then I'm just looking out for my homie's cat. That's all it's coming down to.
You thought the cat just like escaped on camera? Like, that would be such a no. Look at him. He's good.
All right,
look at him climb.
Here we go. Zangief is the GOAT. But anyway, we do have some Smash Bros. Action coming out here. And as mentioned before, sometimes these high school kids, they don't know where the locals are. But so, like we've seen before, there are some high school kids that are really good at Smash Bros. They just don't get the travel as much. I think one that comes to mind particularly is Quid. Quid, who actually won Let's Make Big Moves 3, right? That kid is actually insane, but they aren't able to go to majors as much. I'm not entirely sure about their locals, but they do enough to make the PR.
I've always wondered about this. Like, I think I was watching Zama in like top 4, top 5, wherever he was. last weekend, and I'm like, it's so crazy to me. This player is like one of the best players on earth, and you got to wake up and go to anatomy in the morning. Like, it's so crazy.
I mean, that's basically Spargo. Talented. That was Leo for the longest time. So I mean, like, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I got gym in the morning. Like, all right, like it's just funny to think about. But yeah, some people just need to know. This has actually happened to me. Back in like the college days, we saw somebody randomly playing Tekken, and we're like, oh, you should go to local. And then he ended up being like the #2 player in the entire region. And we're just like, wow, okay. Like, he was really, really good at Tekken, had like grinded it and played it nonstop. He just did not know that he had a local in the area. And then he just went off. And we happen to have like a really Tekken heavy area as far as like talent pool. And he surpassed a lot of the people. He bodied people in like Michigan and like Kentucky and Indiana and all these other places. Like, it just happens like that. It's literally, there's so much talent just like waiting in the wings for someone to just point them towards a competition and just tell them, just go play here. But shout out to these kids. I mean, it's also really awesome that there's so many high school and collegiate leagues, because I don't think this was a thing for me growing up. Or, I mean, there were locals, but it was never like full on like esports league. And I love the shift that we've seen, especially seeing talented players come in and get supported by their parents, like, you know, King Kirby's father and like Dadik, and, you know, people like that, Dark Chat with Grand Chat. Like, it's really cool that like the younger scene is getting not only introduced to like more esports and more competitions, but also that you see the parental support coming from it. I just think that's really, really wholesome.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I make an effort to actually go talk to every parent when I see them to let them know that I appreciate what they're doing. But at the beginning of game 1 here, we do have Ness taking on King K. Rool
versus Sugar Cubed, which is such a cool name. Are we going to see somebody die? Okay, no. Oh, well, I guess that's that. All right. Unfortunate SD right there, coming from Mr. Banana, was a little bit overzealous off the stage. I respected trying to dare Sugar Cubed. And I get that you see K. Rool off stage, and it's very tempting, and there's things you think you can do, but that propeller is deceptive. It actually beats out a lot of people trying to like punish it.
Yeah, no, it definitely is a bit of an awkward move. It's got a nice little hitbox right on top of it, but as we see here, we're going to see Ness potentially go for a PK flash, not able to find it.
Yeah, not just yet. Really unfortunate SD, but the damage has definitely been on for Mr. Banana's side. Trying to even things back up, and PK Thunder one in the up air, almost killing off the top, but just not yet. But this back air might do it.
Yep, back air definitely one of the strongest back throws in the game. 100% going to take that stock at 183.
I think what we need to see from Sugar Cube is a little bit of a reset in the neutral. Like, K. Rool's crown is honestly kind of an underrated neutral tool. I think it's actually pretty good. You kind of got to like stay away and just sort of force Ness to fight his way in, because he's got a lot of really great up-close tools, but once you get him at that mid-range, it's really just PK Fire and, like, at most, a really aggressive forward air you got to worry about. But that PK Thunder 2 got interrupted, and he is going to die once again off the stage.
Yep, definitely a rough spot here at the moment. Okay, there we go. We're going to see the PK Fire try to rack up some damage, get some shield poking going on, but no, not going to be able to find their way through.
Yeah, running through with that dash attack too. And nice F tilt. It was honestly, it's a good thing that poked, because that easily could have broken the shield and sealed the game out for Mr. Banana.
Okay, there we go. Yep, gonna get the up smash. Not gonna be able to close out the stock there, but definitely a nice little bit of damage.
Okay, yeah, nice backer out of shield. That's gonna put things pretty much even here. And Ness is a high damage monster, and if anybody's combo food is definitely K. Rool. So, well, before I can even finish a sentence about what Ness could do, he did it. And he even things back up.
Yeah, no, Ness is definitely a wild character there. We just saw that Tomahawk trying to go for the grab, so I mean, definitely a nice attempt, trying to get something going here, get a little bit of that action started here. But okay, we see the PK Thunder. Oh, they're going for the back. They're trying to get the big spike.
Ooh! No way! That worked out for Mr. Banana. That was really fortunate. Wow, I really thought Mr. Banana was going to die for overextending, because that was kind of what happened the first two stocks. But PK Thunder 2 came in, hit K. Rool at a pretty rough angle to deal with, and gave him the game. So congrats, Mr. Banana's going to take that game 1.
Yeah, no, Mr. Banana definitely, and this is part of the problem, is you're taking one of the biggest characters in the game, very heavy as well, combo food, essentially. And you're putting them in the arena against a Ness who is just a moving hitbox. literally how the character
Honestly,
works.
yes, that's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough scenario here for the K Rool, but I mean they could definitely find a way around it. K Rool's got a lot of great moves themselves, belly armor out the wazoo, so we'll definitely see how that's going to change things as we move forward.
It doesn't look like dash attack was an option because like he was trapped in the corner, just went to dash attack, and it'll go through PK fire, it'll go through those rising forward airs if you time it right. So that moves like that, staying in the mid range, throwing around crown, maybe cannonball if you're like really confident for some reason. But yeah, it can definitely snowball out of K Rool's favor really quickly. He has to play like a really determined neutral to just stay away from all those combo starters that Ness has.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a rough spot. K Rool does have to pick and choose. You're going to take your heavy tax one way or another. You're getting your 60%, 60 to 70, whatever Ness can afford to get. That's happening. Like you're not going to be able to find a way out of that. And then you get to play the game. That's literally how playing heavies works in Smash Bros. Unfortunately, but even then, K Rool has the tools to kind of get the upper hand first. You know, he's got a couple great projectiles with the crown, the cannonball, and that belly armor comes into play really well, assuming you can do everything right. Like you mentioned that dash attack. That dash attack's honestly one of the better dash attacks in the game. It's got the belly
really
armor.
Good.
It's quick. It can take stocks. Like it's actually ridiculous.
Where do you think you would rank K Rool amongst the big boys, since you are a big boy player yourself?
I personally, and some people find this to be a hot take, but for like super heavyweights, I think K Rool is the second or the third best. If we're just talking about heavyweights in general, I just think K Rool is a mid-tier all around.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Remember the early meta for the first week where you're like, oh my god, K Rool's the best character in the game? Like, do you remember that time?
Yes,
like,
it was K Rool and the Belmonts.
Oh my god, yes.
Yep. And not only that, but we also thought that Game & Watch was bottom 15 for a while.
We had it so good, and then
we had it so good. I don't know if we had it so good because Belmonts still are super annoying to fight. I can't imagine them actually being among the best of the best. But as we get into our next game here, again, Mr. Banana sticking with the Ness and Sugar sticking out with the K Rool, right back to Small Battlefield. Or were they on Battlefield before?
I think it was Small Battlefield.
It was Small Battlefield.
Ish BF.
All right. Perhaps someone didn't pick the right stage. That might be an issue. So they are going to drop some stocks here.
Like that. Okay.
I probably just a stage pick situation.
Yeah, they probably didn't want to go back. You know, maybe there was some DSR like, hey, you know, am I doing this again? I'm not sure.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was the wrong stage. Okay, cool. But I do see the main thing where Mr. Banana had been exploited was being off stage. I feel like if they just, because it's so tempting to run out and try to like kill K Rool off stage, but like you don't have to. And we even saw in the first stock, or when they were on their second stock, instead of trying to like force the dare, like force like an aerial of any kind, he just opted to go for PK Thunder 1 instead. I think that's a good idea. Like, you're resetting the situation. K Rool is at best going to air dodge through some, not all of it, and then in the best case scenario, you're going to get free follow-ups like we saw that up there. So maybe that'll be the wave coming into games. Well, the rest of the set. I shouldn't say games 2 and 3. I don't know. I have no idea how the count's going to go. But maybe that'll be the plan. Or even PK Fire, honestly, if they end up at like a solid height for it.
Yeah, it could definitely work out a few different ways. But as we get into our actual game 2 and not on the wrong stage here, we're going to be getting into PS2, as some people might like to call it, bigger small battlefield.
Bigger small battlefield.
Biggie small battlefield. I'm all for that. But either way, game 2 is getting started here, and right away we see that Ness is kind of doing their big damage, kind of doing their thing.
Oh, there we go. Where do we start here? So yeah, they're definitely playing pretty close in.
Yeah.
Not a lot of zoning coming from K Rool, like maybe one crown here and there, but they're definitely running in, kind of looking for grabs, trying to like get some. They're honestly playing Ness's game against Ness, and the stocks are even, so it's not working.
Yeah, I mean, right now for sure, Sugar has no problem throwing their weight around. That is definitely facts at this point.
I think another thing that we haven't seen come into play yet, as you were talking about Ness being a moving hitbox, we haven't seen the counter come out yet. This is a
oh, that's a stock. Oh, he did it.
What?
Oh no!
What?
Okay, he still got the stock. So what happened there is he got the shield break, and all Ness needed to do was just walk forward slightly as they were falling, and they would continue to fall to their death. However, what happened is because they were at the ledge, they basically pushed K-Rool off the ledge, but because of the weird body shape, they were able to land back on ledge, so it reset them. They still got the stock either way, but that was just a weird scenario.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. So
well,
when you do get the shield break, you got to be careful not to push your opponent off the stage, because then you basically throw away the shield break in general.
Yeah, and there's plenty of times I've seen it happen on platforms where you're like trying to respace for the optimal punish, and you like move them an inch off the platform and they're just midair. I've been on both sides of that equation. It happens, but at the ledge, wow, good to know that that's a thing.
Yep, and okay, so we're going to get that blunderbuss putting Ness off stage. I do like the crown toss earlier and then creating pressure up above, which actually just allowed them to kind of get that hit there. But we'll see if at some point, no Mr. Drops can find a way to close out the stock here. They are behind 1-0 at the moment. Oh, they threw out the taunt! They got the taunt belly armor. You never see it.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm being dead serious with you.
Yes. K-Rool's side B where he slaps his belly does have armor on it. Oh, no. And he threw away the stock. The taunt just put so much mental damage into Mr. Banana's head. They lost the stock, unfortunately. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and it was definitely like an interesting angle, too, because they're going to have to come from like a downward right diagonal and try to like be really aggressive on the way in. But sometimes it's better to just air dodge the stage. I mean, not a lot of people are punishing Ness air dodge stage anyway, as we've seen for the entire meta.
For sure.
Smash Ultimate.
Ooh,
you know.
Yeah, we just saw Mr. Banana 13 try to go for the grab at the ledge there, trying to get that back throw. And now they got the crown in hand, so that's nice. Going to create a hitbox. Yep, you cannot neutral get up there. That crown's going to land right on top of your head.
Once again, Mr. Banana overextending. Gonna make it back to the stage, though. Great angle to recover from. But even in that situation, they Z-drop the crown. You know, you recognize that Mr. Drops has to come from like a really specific angle. It's not worth it down air sometimes, especially considering how deceptively large the propeller actually is. Like, I could see it actually just winning the trade.
Yep, there we go.
This blunderbuss, though.
This is going to be tough. Okay, yep. Ness's air dodge is like another jump for them. Got the weak hitbox on the down smash. Okay.
Wow, blunderbuss is actually putting in work. I was kind of theorizing that it might be okay against Ness, but it's actually worked really well at the ledge.
All right, there we go. The cannonball getting the hit as well. Wasting their double jump, getting back onto the stage. All right, but the crown's still going to meet them at the ledge. You got to be careful with your neutral get-ups. Ooh, tough spot to be in. Down throw.
Up smash should kill.
Yep.
Oh, or just, all right, that works too. Okay.
I think they didn't want to deal with the potential mix-up on the mash out, and they'd rather just go ahead and get the stock out of the way, especially when you're at the ledge like that. I believe down tilt wouldn't have done it, but forward tilt or up tilt should have been fine, as we saw the up tilt come out. So, yeah, definitely a smart play here from no Mr. Drops.
Yeah, really good stuff. He actually really did command the neutral from the mid-range, throw those projectiles out, force Ness to kind of walk into it, and got like a ton of free damage for it. That's kind of what I said would work, and it worked.
Yep.
So I'm glad to see that game plan worked. But now, with that said, if Mr. Banana goes a little bit less ham on aerials, which it's Ness, so you're encouraged to do so. But I think if they start kind of like slow walking and just kind of picking their shots on the way in, that'll kind of offset what Sugar Cubed has been doing. Also, shout outs to Sugar Cubed as a tag. That is such a good tag. That's so cute. Sugar Cubed. I love that.
I mean, the one thing I do want to see, like you mentioned, the slow walking. Like Ness has got like a fantastic down tilt, can poke through shield and get a little bit of damage built up. For whatever reason, Ness's forward tilt takes socks.
It's mad strong.
It's strong for no reason. Like, it's got to be because of the way he's whipping his head around, and that's why the foot comes out with so much force.
It's all the extra momentum.
Yeah, you got to look at that head, man. That kid's got a big head. So,
look, he sacrificed his neck for a stronger F tilt. It makes sense to me. He sold his neck to the black market.
He's going to be the weirdest looking 30-year-old man.
Oh, my God. Put him on a list. He doesn't look kosher.
Anyway, but gonna be moving forward here. No character switches whatsoever. We are gonna see Rool going back in against the Ness, and we're gonna be going to Battlefield this time. So we do have that additional platform. Now this should work out for Ness a little bit more. Is a little bit more combo-y, but I mean, if we see no Mr. Drops, just play the game like they were on PS2, using that extra space to get their game plan into motion, they should be all right.
I'm going to ask a weird question. Has Mr. Banana shielded yet? I'm being dead serious. I don't know if I've seen them, and this is no shade. Well, I don't know if I've seen them there we go.
I'm sure they had shielded at some point. We just haven't been paying attention. But I'm glad that we got actual confirmation of a shield after you asked the question, because I was a little bit worried myself.
Because it seemed like they were opting to just kind of move around Rool's hitboxes, which is fine. But also, a lot of that stuff that is beating Mr. Banana out does just outright use the shield.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Turn the sender.
Of course.
Oh, the PK flash.
Nice.
Not going to lose the stock there quite yet. Oh, no. They're in trouble. They should have down smashed there. Oh, well, they're going to get the stock right there.
The Smash 4 classic, the roll behind, back throw. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I love to see it. It was so common in Smash 4. Now, when you see it in Ultimate, it's like, oh, yeah, that's the thing. Ness is so good for that.
Yeah, for sure. But there we go. We're going to see the down throw popping off here. And we can see Mr. Banana's trying to extend this lead a little bit further. We did see them lose that game, too. The down tilt's not going to be enough there. Trying to go off stage, but they're not able to find it. Oh, my goodness. There's so much chaos going on. Oh, you hate to see it.
Yeah, that was kind of a mess. Big scramble from both players, just trying to claw their way back to the ledge. But Ness's recovery is just so susceptible to those awkward angles. It really does take a lot of. There's so many variables that can ruin his recovery, and an angle like that, that's just a tough one.
Yeah, they definitely tried to pin it right to the ledge, but you're just kind of caught in a weird scenario and just trying to hope for the best at that point. That's going to be a big punish. You don't want to be throwing out that PK Thunder all willy-nilly like that. Blunderbuss back out off the stage.
We almost saw the blunderbuss combo into itself too. I remember that was one of the early clips from the beta of the game. We were like, "Oh, okay, Rool's insane," but it's funny to still see it happen every once in a while.
Every once in a while, yeah. I think one of the funniest things I've ever seen with Blunderbuss was actually with Kirby. They had the Rool thing picked up, and because what happens when you suck up the cannonball, you can shoot it backwards or even up, right? And then we always see the stock taken away with the up smash. And what happened is after they shot the cannonball up, it just continues to float up. They did the Kirby up throw and actually took a stock like that, yeah.
Oh my God, I think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Rool can hypothetically do the same thing. It's just a matter of just trying to find the setup for it. They don't go quite as high with their up throw, though.
No. Uh-oh, this could be risky coming in. But even a move like Yo-Yo, which is famously disjointed at the ledge, still loses to Propeller.
Yeah, Propeller does have that nice little disjoint at the top of it. The Rool did take a little bit of damage, but they don't have to worry about the strong hitbox coming out afterwards.
All right, Mr. Banana's starting to get in a perilous situation. Let's see if they can maybe clean this up with honestly, I think anything will kill from this point. Even a character like Rool, a nair, a back throw, anything will do. But can they retain some stage control and fight their way back into this battle?
Back throw? No, goes for the down throw, trying to plant them. Oh. Yep, they tried to catch the mash. Unfortunately, Mr. Banana had the awareness to not mash quite as hard that time and just kind of allow them to throw out that up smash without getting punished for it. But here we go, the dash attack taking one more stock, and this is going to be their last stand in game 3.
All right, and I'll be honest, Ness has a lot of combos. Ness does have some pretty consistent zero deaths with those double magnet combos, as we just saw, but a forward tilt to the back of the head is going to do it. I like the attempt. I think he was looking to see if maybe he'd be in a tech situation, because he could have got the double down tilt into imagination from Ness. I really like that he went full pedal to the metal on aggro right there. You're at 100 and whatever % against Rool. I get it, but
yeah, it's kind of a tough
unfortunately didn't get the tech situation he wanted and got smacked in the back of the head for it. But a good effort nonetheless.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a tough one, but I mean, being up 2-1 now is looking good for Mr. No Drops, or No Mr. Drops. I'm sorry, I keep messing up the tag. Let me double check what it is. I need to know.
I want there to be a DJ named Mr. No Drops whose drop is just the name Mr. No Drops.
He just goes into the next song.
Yeah.
He just totally skips the rest of it. Once it builds up, just goes into the next build up.
And then just restarts and was like, I hate this club.
That'd feel like 75M.
Oh my God. 75M Environmental noises, like those songs. It's just like, please give me more or less, but this in the middle is driving me crazy.
Oh man, but either way, we're going to be getting into game 4 now as we see what stage will pop up. As we get started, looks like we're going right back into small battlefield here.
Okay, all right. We're going back to small battlefield. I think it worked out for them the first game, right? That's what they won on SBF? Yeah?
I believe, yeah, we started on small battlefield in general, and that's actually where Mr. Banana won.
Mr. Banana.
Yes, and then we went to PS2 and then regular battlefield, and that's where we saw no Mr. Drops actually start to kind of gain that lead for themselves.
Interesting. I don't see Ness go for a lot of like low percent up throw. That's interesting though, trying to like force a juggle maybe with some PK Thunder 1s or maybe beta landing option out, but Sugar Cubed was not affected by it. And again, off stage, trying to pressure K. Rool, it's just, it doesn't seem to be working out for Mr. Banana.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's like right now it's just no Mr. Drops. You know, they did struggle a little bit. Who doesn't struggle against Ness every once in a while? But
I don't know.
This is a much different game. Their adaptation has been top notch. They're getting some strong punishes here. Okay, just going for a 4, they're getting 14%. Well, in 22 though, Mr. Banana's definitely not out of this set.
The heavy tax is definitely happening right now. Good stuff on Mr. Banana to come back to the ledge early, not trying to overextend any further or like force the edge guard. And that's the kind of like conservative decisions that Mr. Banana's going to need to start making when it comes to this offstage pressure.
All right, there we go. Yep, trying to catch that PK fire in the air. Not able to get anything out of it too much, but this is definitely looking a little bit better for Mr. Banana. A bit of a tough start, but definitely. Ooh, that was scary.
I love that Mr. Banana is completely unafraid of going for these PK Thunder 2s in neutral. And honestly, they're not getting punished, so why not? The only big punish, of course, would be the counter, but I don't really think DJ No Mr. Drops, which is what I've named him.
DJ No Mr. Drops.
I don't think they've gone for the counter much yet.
No, they haven't. They've thrown out a couple times, but I think they've gotten punished for it, so they've decided to kind of back off a little bit. What I do like, though, is that Mr. Banana is actually trying to get a runoff back air to try and catch No Mr. Drops in like a stage spike scenario, maybe a tech check. So definitely, I do like that call out here. But down throw, yep, there we go. There was another stock with the up tilt. Great follow up from No Mr. Drops.
Yeah, actually, quietly one of the better up tilts in the game. It just feels situational, but like if the situation comes from a throw, it's really good, I think. In reference to K-Rool's up tilt. There it is!
Oh!
There it is. The PK Thunder 2, it felt inevitable. Mr. Banana had thrown out so many, and again, they were just going unpunished. And Mr. Drops kind of got caught lacking there. Fell asleep at the wheel a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit rough. Oh, I like that, though. The return crown into the up smash. That was definitely nice. Not going to be able to take out the stock there. And they do find their way outside of the Ness combo, which honestly can be devastating. We've seen some Nesses when they get the PSI magnet stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. The double side magnet stuff it's a jump scare. Oh, the dash attack. Okay.
That was hey, the pizza rolls are ready. I got to go, GI. Listen, actually, pizza rolls sound really good. I was just at the store and I was looking at them and I was like, I don't need it. I don't need it. And I regret it.
I did the same thing at the store the other day. I swear to you, I was just like, no. But
listen,
there was a
I
point.
got an air fryer now, and they're so much better in an air fryer. It's so good.
There was a point when I worked at Papa John's. Shout outs to you for being, well, not you, but shout outs to the corporation Papa John's for kind of bankrolling some Smash events here in the future. But there was a point where I actually got so sick of the pizza, I sometimes would bring pizza rolls into lunch and put them in the pizza oven. Pretty dang good. Not gonna lie.
Papa John's pizza, not today. We're gonna go pizza rolls. It's a different kind of pizza, but listen, I will never turn down pizza rolls unless I'm already full of pizza rolls. I will probably still have a couple more. I'm just saying. And
even full is subjective. Once you get past the first 30, you can kind of keep going for a while there.
My goodness, dude! I used to put just like a big plate before I got an air fryer, just a big plate. Load it up with pizza rolls, throw it in a microwave for like 3 minutes, and they're all cooked. And I would just go through them in like 10 minutes. It was bad.
Dang
They'd be hot too.
I really do want them.
they'd be hot, so I throw them in my mouth, and you start doing that, and I'm like, wow, that was really hot. I should wait for them. And what happens is like 30 seconds goes by, and I get bored, so I throw more. In my
Exactly, because like you can still smell it. It's still there. You're like, you still.
It's like I'll deal with the pain. I'll deal with the pain. I need the food. I need the food in my mouth now. So
Do you know what? Look at the range. So while we were on break, I had made a nice roasted garlic parm encrusted chicken that I was having with some really, really tasty parm asparagus. And I've got this fun trick I do with the rice that I make where like I flash fry some green onion and garlic and let the aromatics cook in the rice. I had this really nice fancy meal. Now all I want is pizza rolls. All I want is pizza rolls right now.
sorry,
Like,
my fault, King.
I was Chef Sai in the kitchen. I'm like, dang, pizza rolls will kind of hit though. Like that's all I feel about right now.
And I'm glad I meal prep for the rest of the week. It's time to eat these pizza rolls.
And look at your discipline. You know, that was the end of my meal prep. Do you meal prep, Skip, while we're stalling?
Oh,
do you
no.
meal prep?
Hey, while we're obviously stalling here, I don't meal prep. I should, honestly. I'm lazy.
If you ever
lazy.
do it, the trick is to make like 3 meals and kind of give some variety. Because my thing is like, after I eat the same thing like twice, I'm just bored of it. And there's just a ton of good food options where I live, so I just get bored of food fast.
I got a lot of good food options by me.
But if you do meal prep, don't make it just one meal because you'll get bored. You'll be like, chicken, rice, veggie again.
Yep. That's the thing is, like, if I was serious about meal prepping to like lose weight, I'd be like, I don't care what I'm eating, I'm gonna eat it. Because the way you think about it is food is a temporary pleasure. You're just putting food in to survive. So like at that point, you're basically you're making your life a little null for a little bit, but not for too much longer. But anyway, we are going to be getting into our second match here. We got our next couple players. Apologize for the weird tangent we went on, but we're going to be getting Mickle taking on the Duck, and I actually really like that. Ooh,
we're going to get a Mickle. We're going to get one of the Mickles. A Mickle.
The Duck and Mr. Banana 13 are actually brothers, so shout out to them.
Oh, that's adorable. That's precious. Oh, that's wonderful.
I hope they do doubles at like their locals, because that'd be pretty cool.
They're always good. I remember
shout outs to Hawk and Linus.
Hawk and Linus at the very first Smash and Splash. There was Prince Kirby, and then I can't remember their brother's name that played Ganon, but we had made it all the way in like top 8 doubles, and then we had to fight them. I was like, oh wow, they're actually just related. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, they're just
I don't know, there's something
really
about
good.
it, man. Brothers are just absolutely insane when they're or just any siblings when they're doing doubles, especially when they both practice the game, then you practice together, and it's like, how do you beat them? Like you and your doubles partner do not play together as much as these brothers do. So
there was a really strong doubles team in my city. They were 2 of our best players, but they also both spoke fluent Spanish. So when they played doubles, they would just speak Spanish to each other the entire time, full volume. Yep. And I was just like, I'm picking up some stuff. I watched Dora, you know. I studied it for a while.
Very good.
Right. I'm getting bodied like, oh, I shouldn't have wrote. Got it, you know. But like, but yeah, that was just really funny to think about. They could just at full volume just like say everything they want to do, and we just didn't understand. Well,
we're about to get into our next game here. So the Duck looks like they're going to be playing the Wii Fit Trainer, and we got Mickle coming in with the Roy. So this should be specialist and Wii Fit Trainer. Wii Fit Trainer, when they got that deep breathing, they are very much an in-your-face specialist. But any other time, they are playing from the ledge, most likely.
Wii Fit Trainer is the scariest character. Listen, if there were a whodunit and someone were a murderer and it was always the unsuspecting character, it's Wii Fit Trainer.
It's definitely Wii Fit Trainer. Yeah, it's because they deep breathing up smashed you. That's what happened.
Right. And here's the thing, even outside of them killing you crazy early, their actual damage output from combos at low percent with like a falling nair, it's gross.
Woo! Yeah, they went for all right there. If they actually let go of that like a frame or two earlier, that would have been the first stock for sure. Roy's forward smash, especially at that percentage with the strong hitbox, man, that just blows up stocks for sure.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I don't mean to keep harping on this, but Varun almost beat MKLeo, and we almost had the Wii Fit meta start. Like, we were almost there.
Yeah, the Wii Fit meta is definitely a thing that still exists. And okay, just the raw up special out of shield, gonna be able to take that stock.
I've seen Goblin do it for years, bro. It works. It's a thing.
I knew it's a good, but I didn't think it had the power to be able to take stocks at that percentage at least. But either way, hey, we take those right now. We do see Mickle trying to put on some good extra credit here. They've got some good pressure. The problem is the Duck is just like, they've got to get something going here. It looks like they've got a game plan, but the problem is that they're trying to play, you know, to Roy's game plan, which is being in your face, and that's not quite working out for them.
Here's the awkward thing is that like Wii Fit's really good about like hanging out on the ledge and like pressuring you there. But Mickle's, God, parry in a sweet spot forward smash. Good Lord. That's going to just decimate that second stock from the Duck. But Mickle, like, of course he has stage control, not even just because the Duck is giving it to him, but like he's just taking it from him. But also, when Wii Fit's at the ledge and starting to throw all those soccer balls or trying to, we're seeing those side Bs, we're seeing down tilt, we're seeing all these things that just kind of like punish Wii Fit for being where they want to be. So there's kind of like not really a good zone for Wii Fit to be in right now.
Right, exactly. I mean, however, right now it does seem like things are working out a little bit for the Duck. That was a huge forward smash. Not gonna be able to take out the stock. The Duck did have a little bit of momentum going, but it seems like Mickle is taking that away from them. Oh, they tried the nair, or not the nair, excuse me, the jab into the forward smash. Not gonna find that at that percentage though.
All right, I actually thought falling up here, even at that height, was going to be something. But the side B almost killing at 100%. Not even getting. I don't even think that was a sweet spot.
I do like the fadeaway back air off stage, trying to see if they can find something, but the Duck not going to fall for that. They do recognize they are fighting Roy now. They are being a little bit more careful about their approaches, but unfortunately, it ends right there.
Yeah, did the fastball neutral air. That's unfortunate. And I do not mean the pun, but he literally did not have time to breathe. Mickle was just really smothering, didn't give him any time to set up or literally deep breathe or just get anything. Like there was like Wii Fit is a character that thrives on having stage control and like punishing the way you're approaching. But like Mickle's approaches were never whiffing. They were always, the forward air was happening. Like the neutral airs were like landing. The falling up airs were happening. So like I'm not 100% sure of how the Duck should reset the situation. I can't really figure it out. What do you think the Duck, if you have an idea, what do you think the Duck could start doing to kind of turn things around for the rest of the set here?
Don't play Wii Fit.
That's an option. That is.
But if they are going to play Wii Fit, they do need to start being a little bit more lame. And I'm not even bashing on lame gameplay, right? Because this is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate we're talking about. Everybody's a little lame if you want to play them correctly. But Wii Fit excels in that, right? Use that planking to your advantage. Get that soccer ball going. Get that sun salutation. Force your opponent to have to approach you in these awkward scenarios. Get your deep breathing up. And get a strong little punish. I mean, he's got forward tilt, even
F-tilt
forward tilt. Yeah, F-tilt in either direction, honestly. You can catch him with a DI mix-up on that one.
Yeah, F-tilt's so crazy. Because, like, especially if you haven't experienced it yet, like, you can fully get hit by the opposite hitbox and just DI it as wrong as possible because you don't know. Down tilt is also shockingly good. I think a lot of people underrate Wii Fit's down tilt, especially in deep breathing. It has like insane knockback, and they low profile really hard when they do it.
It's really gross. But we are going to see a switch. You know, I did mention laming it up, and here we go with the Lucas. Lucas is actually a very interesting character. Honestly, Lucas has all the tools to be one of the hypest characters in the game, 100%. It's just unfortunately that the player base usually is a bit lame with him. But Lucas, again, amazing combo character, can control so much of the stage. It's just a matter of being practiced with him.
This is such an awkward dual main between Lucas and Wii Fit. Neither of these characters are like bad by like traditional standards, but it's just, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like dual main him. They're just extremely different characters.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the one issue I have here is that, like Ness, Lucas kind of struggles with sorties. However, the issue is that you've got a lot of these multi-hit moves, like your nair, your down air. To be able to actually contest here with Roy a little bit. You even got your PK fire to try and harass from a distance, but we are going to see the back air.
From the distance.
Yep. Yeah, honestly. But, yeah, it looks like Mickle has kind of found their opening. Look at this damage they're putting out now, 45%.
Yeah, Mickle's going nuts right now. The Duck isn't out of this just yet, but okay, these up smashes are getting a little bit egregious, and Mickle coming through with the sweet spot forward smash punish is going to be the exact message you need to send to an opponent that keeps kind of like going for the same option over and over again. Like, yeah, I know that move is strong, and I do understand that Mickle might approach from the top with like forward air and air, but like that move has a lot of lag, and Roy is a super fast, super strong character.
Yeah, I mean, at the very beginning, too, it does have that, I think, invincibility. So, like, it's almost like a counter hit the way it works sometimes. Like you mentioned, it is super laggy. If you just get caught throwing that out, expect heavy punishes every time from your opponent.
For sure. All right, no jump. Not a problem, though, of course. Luke is one of the better tether recoveries in the game. Still going to be able to make it back. And I guess one good thing about this is that a lot of the sorties can run off and just kind of like counter the PK Thunder recoveries, and Lucas doesn't really have to do that. But on stage is definitely still in their favor. It's a lot of spacing around just large disjoints. And outside of just PK Fire, I don't think Lucas has like a great answer. Maybe Zaire. But the Jair's going to come through.
Yep, the Jair coming through, like you mentioned, closing out that final stock. And honestly, like, I get Lucas on triplats, but I would not take Roy to Yoshi's. I feel like that is a dangerous scenario. You are looking to lose stock sub 60 at that point.
Yeah. Yoshi's and Town and City are like the two places where I'm like, if you have a sword board, it's not happening here.
Because like the issue is like it's not that Lucas can't perform there. It's just that Roy already does well on triplats as it is. Granted, it's not the most preferred layout for him, but because of how close you bring those blast zones to him, and he's already like an explosive character as it is, it's just tough, especially when you're playing a character who doesn't necessarily have a whole lot of disjoints, has a couple strong projectiles, some goofy hitboxes, but you kind of have to get in to make it all work. And Roy eats that up. Like that's a tough spot.
And here's the other thing too. Mikkel is like, from that first game, you could tell a really, really, really aggressive player. So choosing a more condensed stage might not have lended it to Duck's favor. It's one of those things where like, all right, this person is really, really, really trying to smother me. So like, the goal would be like, like a Kalos or maybe an FD or something like that, where you have like a little bit more room to kind of run around and run away. But Yoshi's, and I don't even know if the actual length of the stage is that different. But like for me, Yoshi's feels super claustrophobic. I can't explain it. It just feels really, really crowded, And it took full advantage.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how it plays out from here. But yeah, it should be interesting to see what works out. I don't think Duck's going to be sticking with Lucas. I don't think it's also the play, really. I think he should, look for something else here, because I don't think this is what you want to be doing.
Imagine Duck's watching the stream, right? And you're like, "Don't play Wii Fit," and he goes to Lucas, and you're like, "I don't think Lucas will play." He's probably like, "What do you want? What do you want from me?
Listen.
What do you want me to do?"
Even though the Wii Fit wasn't exactly, I think, the strongest pick against Roy, if that's your comfort pick, then absolutely go with that. Like I always preach, listen. Like especially for stages, like stage counter picks, like yes, is this character better on this stage than your character? Probably. How comfortable are you on the stage though? Like that's the big part right there. And that's just kind of what it comes down to. If you feel like you're more comfortable in this matchup with Wii Fit, go with Wii Fit. If you think it's Lucas, go with Lucas. Like honestly, the biggest issue is just them throwing out some of their up smashes randomly, and Mikkel really took advantage of that. And the other thing here is that we weren't just talking about not being on Yoshi's and also not being on Town and City, but here we are once again. This is a tough spot to be in. Isn't able to get the 2-frame, but still able to close out the stock with the Jair. Beautifully played from Mikkel.
These are the number 1 and number 2 scariest places to fight a sword. Like even right there, just like slightly off the ledge of that back air, and the Duck just like exploded. Like those side blast zones. They eat off that every day. And wow, we were talking about the invincibility, but it didn't actually come through. I'm not sure when it is. I'm not sure if it ended or if it's like a late start on it. But that would have been a kill. But Mikkel was able to kind of swing through it.
Yeah, Mikkel's definitely dialed in here. They are putting on damage all over the place. Getting the strong hits, too, which is definitely huge. And they've got a little bit of rage built up here. So if the Duck's not careful, and especially if you get caught on these platforms here, that's a side B. That's a double-edged dance coming out to play. And you are losing this stock super quick.
And that side B at the ledge once again. I like that he jumped down trying to like bait out the snake and try to get a drop on Edgeguard right there. But yeah, he's made the ledge just a huge no-no zone for Duck. Like if he gets even vaguely close to the ledge, it's not even ledge guarding, like he grabbed it and he's punishing it. Like if he is even close to trying to get to the ledge, he's just eating a side B, he's eating a Jair, he's eating a bear at some points. Like it looks really rough.
For sure. Well, right now, it's even stocks, so even stocks, even game, because it's not a game about percentages unless we go to time. But right now, we're going to see if the Duck can find a way to just kind of get this game plan going. And I don't know how I feel about that. They were playing towards the ledge a little bit at 105. And then you got to get away from there. You got to try and hold center stage as best as possible.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was thinking, oh, not the platform. Okay. I was thinking the same thing as like, I think you want to, I know it's scary to approach with these percents, but you kind of got to fight for center stage a little bit because as you were saying, like a Roy anything at the corner at that percent is going to certainly kill you.
Right. Okay, just the raw up special, just kind of throwing that out. Did get a little bit of damage on there. Look at this combo from Mikkel right now. Definitely a nice 52%.
I still can't believe there's a second Smash player named Mikkel. Like, Mikkel is so infamous in our scene and on Smash Twitter. It's just so wild to me there's another person named Mikkel. But be that as it may,
maybe they're inspired.
Maybe they are inspired. Maybe this is a love letter to Mikkel. Who knows? I might text and be like, yo, is this you? But anyway.
Well, either way, right now, okay, going to be able to find their way through, but not without eating a double-edged dance the other direction, 94%. This is where things get a little scary here for the Duck. They've got to find this opening. Oh, trying to go for the downer, not able to find it. And they are putting on some good pressure, just trying to keep the Duck to the edge as best as possible. But there we go. We saw them finally fight for the stage control.
Okay, we got an up throw. Not enough to do it just yet. I like the Duck's attempt. Trying to force some air dodges out with that neutral B. That was pretty tricky stuff, and those are the tricks we got to keep in the bag. I love that. Hopefully we can, you know, see a big turnaround to get this game forward. But it looks like the Mikkel show is unstoppable. Side B out of shield is a really, really strong option because they are going to be in your face for a lot of those moves that Lucas has to, like, try to space on your shield. Just really good stuff. It's one of those things where it's like, all right, if I'm playing the mid-range game, I'm praying for a PK fire and praying for you to whiff for me to land something. But even up close, the sweet spot on those Roy moves is just terrifying. So it's just an awkward kind of battle. I think at best, you maybe got to kind of run in and like pray for some dash grabs, which will also get you killed. I don't know. I don't know. Lucas Roy on Town and City just doesn't sound fun to me. That just sounds hard. That just sounds really insurmountably hard.
It's definitely tough, but like again, if you feel comfortable on that stage, I get it, but you gotta know what you're getting into, and that was just one of those scenarios where they got into it. Yeah. So it was definitely a tough spot there. Either way, we will be moving forward here. That was a 3-0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was a 3-0. Now, were both of those for St. Louis High? I don't know.
I believe it was a 2-0. Yes, so technically St. Louis High did take the victory here, but we will be getting into the final set. Actually, just a moment here. Is the third player playing on the same set as the Duck here? Same setup?
That would be. Which two players did you say were siblings again? I forget.
Mr. Banana 13 and the Duck. They are siblings.
Okay.
Siblings.
Well,
siblings.
They're siblings. Well, maybe the third player.
They're related.
Maybe the third player was like, "Dude, come over." Like, I guess that would work too. Actually.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, who knows?
It is what it is. Okay, but either way, we are going to be getting into our final set here. We will be having Null taking on Half Zion. So it should be interesting to see exactly how this will play out here.
Okay, I wonder who Half Zion is going to be coming in and playing. Now, you said you know of a high-level player named Null, but I don't think I know this player, and it doesn't necessarily mean that this player named Null is
don't
Null.
Think it's the Null. I think it is. Okay. Because I tried looking them up in PG stats, and it's like Null something, I'm pretty sure. But the Null I do know about is actually a pretty solid min, and that's why it could be very tough to deal with here. But right now, it's just a matter of just waiting for this next player to get into the arena, which we will be getting going in just a moment. But either way, hope everyone's having a wonderful Thursday night. Play Versus again, helping to bring you guys some of this high school Smash Bros. Crew battle action here. And so far, it's been a great night. A lot of these kids are like super good. And it's just like, man, you guys got to get to like some actual scenes, man. Like you guys got to make some noise.
and what I think is really cool is that Play Versus is doing a spin on traditional crew battle where it's just a match of like, oh, you know, I've got 2 stocks left. Let's run in here with 2 stocks. The way that they're doing it, because it's all best of 5 sets, those players, there might be less players literally playing, but they're also playing for much longer, and you're able to like, you know, see more variety in the characters. You're able to like see those players like adapt to each other. Because crew battles are really fun. They're my favorite format. It goes crews, doubles, large gap, singles for me. But you can get steamrolled in crews fast. You can come into a bad matchup and just There's crew battles where you're playing for 90 seconds and it just is what it is, you know. But this format allows those players to really dig deep, really play every character that they're thinking of, and really think about their counter picks. And it's a lot closer to what singles actually is like. So I like that PlayVS is doing a twist in the format.
Yeah, no, it's definitely really solid here. Someone redeemed the posture check. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, no.
And also, since we're checking our postures, make sure you guys are drinking water as well, because man, that is exactly a way to stay healthy and stay young and spry. Us old men on the mics right now, we are definitely struggling here a little bit.
You said check my posture, and my back just started hurting. Like, just as you said it.
I made you think about it, and you're just like, now which part of my back hurts? I feel that.
Ooh.
I feel that. Ooh. I mean, listen, I got a nice chair. I made sure to spend good money on a Herman Miller.
See,
so
I spent good money on a bad chair. And that's not
I see. You got what, the DX Racer going on or something?
I got a knockoff DX Racer, and it's like the only furniture in my entire house that is just falling apart. And what makes me mad is I got it, and it was, you know, relatively expensive, and it came with these little pristine white gloves to make sure you don't mar the chair in some ways you set it up. It's so precious. And then like a wheel broke off it in like the first 8 days. I was like, okay. And like even to this day, like the wheels broke so often. It's just kind of like, it's kind of just half broken, and I'm too prideful to get rid of it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But you got like an actual chair.
Oh yeah, no, I because like what was that? Oh, okay, sick. Well, it looks like we're in the arena, so it looks like these players are about ready to go. And ooh, okay. One of the things I'm interested here is the snake, right? It's really interesting to see what these young players bring to Snake, because this is a character with just still, even after all this practicing, all this labbing, has so much potential. But they're going to have their hands full as they go against Pyra Mythra here, who honestly can create a lot of havoc.
Now this is interesting. There's a little controversy in this matchup, because depending on who you talk to, some people like actually Snake is like one of the few characters that like deals with her really well, and some Pyra Mythra is like, oh no, it's free, you just got to do X, Y, Z. It's interesting. I'm kind of on the like Snake does well team, but if nothing else, it really matters who knows the matchup. If neither player knows the matchup, it can be really good for Pyra Mythra. But like if Snake knows what's going on and knows what to watch out for, it can get really dicey. Like Mythra isn't gonna not hit a grenade. Like she has to really deal with those grenades, even including foresight. Like she's always throwing out hitboxes, and grenades are just, if you keep them present and in her face, like you can really throw away. You can really slow her neutral down. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, for sure. And grenades always been an issue for a lot of different people. And you know, a character with multiple hitboxes is definitely no different. But right now, I think the biggest issue too is just a matter of who's Null actually trying to get Half Zion off stage, because Pyra Mythra's recovery, it's pretty linear and in some instances kind of bad. So if you're able to get them off stage, there's definitely a lot of punishment you can dish out.
Oh yeah, and if it comes to side B, I won't bore you guys, but there is a ton of Snake specific stuff you can do. The easiest of which being, if you just turn your back to the stage and hold a grenade and just shield, if she hits it, you get like a free sweet spot back air. She's dead anywhere around 80. Or if you really catch it with like a down smash, a forward air, if you're on like there's a lot of stuff you can do to the edge.
Exactly. And I mean, that just comes down to, there's a few scenarios. I do like the up smash attempt. I think they wanted to dash forward in up smash to try and cover one side of the platform, and then they would cover the other side with probably like an up tilt, which is a top 15 character in the game in a single move.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely agrees.
I hate that move. It's good. I get it. I like pressing the funny button, but man, that that move is good.
Man, yeah, it's honestly, it's definitely carried me a little bit. Like in the pre-patch meta, like Pichu's scary. I was like, he is 2 up tilts away at all times. Like it doesn't matter.
Yep.
But Speaking of danger, Null is in some pretty risky stuff right here, because once you start getting to these like mid-high percents and Pyra can start confirming dare into both up smash and up air, you can lose that stock quick. It doesn't matter that you're heavy. Like, Pyra can steal a stock fast in these situations. And speaking of stealing stocks, of course, the down air coming through on the Cypher, very linear recovery, about 40-ish frames before you can do anything. It's going to extend on the Cypher, just a full death sentence if you get caught lacking down there.
Yeah, no, Pyra is definitely a character. Yes, she is the 5th slowest character in the game, but the way that she hits, and again, can switch to the fast character at any point in time, tough spot to be in. Yep, that's 100% going to be the stock. So Half Zion did get a little lucky at the end there. I mean, they were sitting in a really good spot anyway. They had a nice, like, basically full stock lead, but you don't like to see that from our players at all. So unfortunate situation for Null. But again, I mean, Snake is a character that any player of Snake, as you continue to play a set, you are constantly having to take in data to figure out different approaches to a character. So we'll see what Null is able to bring to game 2 here.
Sidebar, I learned today that she was the 5th slowest character, and I never even suspected it because her hitboxes are so large. And just give her so much stage control. I didn't even clock the fact that she was that slow. Because she's controlling a third of the stage at all times.
Yeah, and
the
switch is super quick too. So honestly, you can just fade in and out as you need to. So if you need to get to the other stage quick, fast, and in a hurry, Mythra's your girl, man. Mythra, again, 5th fastest character in the game. So you go from 5th fastest to 5th slowest, and really about like what, 20 frames? How fast is it? I'm gonna look this up real quick.
I'm curious. It might be about 20 frames. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the Aegis is just... I think the Aegis is, like, insane, and I'll say the best character in the game, but I think the gap is, like, shrinking because there's so much variety in what the top players are playing. Like, there was a point where it was getting scary, because, like, at Summit, I think the first Summit that Aegis existed, all 16 of those players, like, that's the best character in the game, and I was like, okay, okay, I'm kind of scared. But we've seen so much variety at, like, the top level of the meta. We just saw Wario take a major, which we haven't seen that in a couple of years. Or at least an American major, you know what I mean? We're obviously Byleth is everywhere. We're starting to see way more Cloud than we saw before, like Fox. Like I think the meta is starting to get to a healthy point where like you can kind of almost play who you want, and any character can kind of almost win. But if you have to vote on like who you think is the scariest, my vote just goes to Aegis though for right now.
Right. So I'm looking here, and it looks like it takes about 32 frames to actually switch from one character to another, with also invulnerability frames from frames 6 to 18. Taking a look at that. So basically, it's like a half second to be able to switch in between the two of them, which is relatively quick. You can be put into a scenario with a strong punch. You can't just sit there and continuously switch back and forth. Like, eventually, you're going to get called out for it. But it's definitely a quick switch if you need to go from, you know, high speed to hard hitting. So.
Yeah, when you said 32 frames, my first thought was like, all right, but how many of those frames is she not in this dimension? Like, how many of those frames
frames 6 to 18 gone? Invulnerable,
Whoa.
which is good.
That's a good gap, yeah. 12 frames of invul, and then you turn into either the 5th fastest character in the game or a character that's swinging a forward F-150 at you all day. Like,
it's basically Ganon forward smash or up smash, but always.
Yeah, honestly, yes. Yes.
That's definitely the way to look at it, man. That character hurts, like 100%. But we are going to be getting into our next match here. It looks like both players are going to be sticking with the characters that they are now used for game 1. Now, stage pick is going to be interesting. Now, so you, as a Snake main, what is your go-to stage when fighting these characters?
I think I would want Kalos. I think I would want the space to get away from Mythra. I think I would want like the wall to make it really linear for her recoveries, even more linear for her recoveries. Right. And God help me, a little bit of smidge of extra blast on to survive what Pyra's doing.
Yeah, no,
that's probably my go-to.
That is definitely fair. I think PS2 here is also a solid choice because Snake, you know, with the grenades and the C4 is able to control at least half the stage at any given time.
Yeah, Snake is crazy good on PS2. I love that people like I'll always be like, yo, PS2, and like only the people that really know me are like, absolutely not, because they know that PS2 is almost a counterpick for Snake at this point. Like, he's really good on the stage.
Oh yeah, no, it's like I remember for the longest time, people were just willy-nilly just like, hey, I'll absolutely go to PS2 to get things started. It's like, what are you doing, bro? like, you call them out. You ask them who they're playing. And I do that all the time now.
Yeah, Dakpo had a viral video just saying you can ask what character you're playing before your stage. But anyway, once again, Pyra down there just being so threatening. I think what it is that, like, Pyra down air is looking really scary, but also Null doesn't have to recover low. You know? Like, I think Null can take the risk and recover high. I know Pyra up air is also a threat, but that's a little bit less consistent than her trying to dare you at the ledge. But unfortunately, Null gonna SD. Things are looking really, really good for half Zion.
Yeah. Definitely a bit of a rough scenario here, but just keep in mind that all the lag you see, the players are not feeling it at all. Shout out to Nintendo, by the way.
I was about to say, like, yo, are you memeing right now? Are you making that reference? Like,
yeah, I was making that reference, but no, okay. Definitely a little bit of an unfortunate scenario when playing online, but it is what it is. We're going to watch these players try to play it out as best they can. Looks like things have cleaned up a little bit, so good stuff. But there we go, the C4 placement. Right. Actually going to take the first stock here for half Zion, or Null, excuse me, in this game too.
All right, C4, you know, definitely a very powerful tool. Very hard for people to remember where it is, and it's just one of the most versatile moves in the entire game, but I'm not going to sing the praises of C4 all day. You guys turn the stream off. So, I like that we're opting to see, we're only seeing Pyra right now, too, because I think Pyra Dare, one, has been sealing a lot of these stocks, but also, again, we're in that window where you can just die from anyone down there, and there's very little consequence for her trying to move out. Now, what Null can do by throwing grenades at that, like, upwards, but not, like, throwing them all the way up, but just when he kind of, like, cradles it, you know, that throw. Right. If you kind of keep him in that area, Pyra has to, like, actually respect it, because, again, her hitbox is so big she can't not interact with it. So if he's really careful with his grenade play, he can kind of take away a lot of her pressure. But
yeah, no, it's definitely a huge factor, but it's like there's a lot of risk reward to do that. But as we see right here, look at Null kind of going in at the moment, huh? Taking one stock, but a little bit of a tough scenario off stage here. Yep, looking for the down air. Not gonna be able to find it though. Null starting to pop off.
He got really, really aggressive going for the forward air. I get it, you had all the momentum, but unfortunately that overextension is going to give half Zion the game. Nikita might have done it. These characters, they can both get worked over by Nikita pretty hard. And, of course, if you got the forward air, you know, we would have popped off. I'd have done a backflip. Well, you know me, but I'm trying. I would not have successfully
hurt your back doing the backflip. It's
but,
to hurt your backflip. That's what it's good.
The hurt your backflip. You ever see that video of that dude at the gym, that viral video of the dude that was going way too hard, flipping over the monkey bars or whatever, or like the chin-up bar, he was like doing somersaults and he ended up landing like flat on his back, knocked all the wind out of him. Somebody edited that, like they took that video and as soon as he hit the ground, they just piped in a Bayer aspirin commercial like immediately. All
right, I'm with it.
Oh god, yeah.
But, oh man, I gotta take some Tylenol after sitting in this chair for a couple hours. But
you know what? I have money. I should just get one of those vibrating, heaty massage chair things. I should just upgrade.
I bought a massage gun once I had a little bit of money. So I definitely try to take care of myself a little bit. But my dog and my cat love it. So like whenever I turn it on, they're like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "No, go away."
Skiff, why did I not know you have pets? Why do I feel like you're a fake friend right now? Because
I've told you. I've literally shown you. Hang on, Niv, come here, pup.
Wait, Skiff, your pet's name is Myth?
Niv.
Niv. Oh.
Niv. N-I-V. Well, if we could get her up here. Come here, pup. Come here. No. Up here. Niv. Over here. Come on. Come here. We're trying to get her to come up. All right, get. All right, now come here.
Let's have a race. Zangy.
Come on. There we go. Here she is.
Oh,
so we got the pup on the cam. Hi, you. She's a good girl.
This is the cutest stalling I've ever seen in my life. That's adorable.
And then Kane somewhere, but we're not going to call him because he's annoying sometimes.
No, okay. All right. That's fine.
You know, cats being cats.
Yeah, cats. There was a tweet about it where, like, someone was talking to the cat. They're like, look, I love you, but you're doing a lot right now.
Yep. All right, Niv, go downstairs. Go.
I love you, but I don't like you right now. Like
that's me with my cat all the time. Sometimes he's good. A lot of times, go downstairs. There you go.
Zangief. Zangief.
He's outside saying, "Don't talk to me, Dad."
Wait, watch. He's been there the whole time.
Oh, look at him. He's chilling out. You woke him up.
Oh, I feel bad.
Oh, no, he's a cat. Cats go back to sleep really easily.
Yeah. Just like his daddy.
Yeah.
Looks like they're really striking that stage.
They are definitely taking their time. I think they're just making sure they got the right stages here. Arenas are only up for 10 minutes.
hey, you know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. They're probably just trying to make sure everything's correct here, that nobody's saying anything wrong. What's going on here? Okay. There we go. It looks like everything's all set. We're going to be getting into our next game. So we'll definitely see how it plays out here. We do have a color change for one of our players.
All right. Color change. I like how much emphasis was on that. That was like...
Well, I mean, this is the one that a lot of people have actually complained about because it's the one where they're both like the teal blue. And people are like, I can't tell the difference. It's like, dude, literally look at the icon in the bottom of the screen. It'll tell you. You even see the giant sword. Like, I don't know, but that's just me.
Yeah, duh, guys. Says
they stand differently. Come on.
Right, says me that totally was doing that the whole time and didn't just learn it just now as you said that.
Oh, come on, just notice the character. Yeah, Squirtle looks exactly like Ivysaur, right?
Right, yeah. But also, it's one of those things like, as soon as they do a move, I'm like, okay. Like, their moves are very different. Like,
yeah, you see the different colors. The green comes out for Mythra, the red comes out for Pyra. Either way, though, we do have Half Scion starting to go off here. Putting on some good damage. Now, Null isn't quite out of it yet. I mean, Snake does Snake things. You know, he kind of takes a heavy attack sometimes too, but he has a lot of recovery, a lot of longevity to his stocks. He can put on a lot of damage as soon as he finds those openings.
Nice C4.
Create some space. Nice, actually, C4 placement.
What I think could help Null a lot is a little bit more shielding with Grenade, which I know that sounds really boring, but like, Mythra is so aggro, she's throwing out so many large hitboxes, and you can get a ton of free damage for her for overextending by hitting a grenade on your shield. And I think that's one of the things we haven't seen Null do a bunch yet. He's really good about getting these dash attacks and these C4s, but just a smidge of that could kind of turn the tides.
Right. Ooh, gold.
Big hit.
Yeah. I mean, no punish, so no harm, no foul. Hey, you got the stock. You got the stock. But now you got to deal with Pyra with a little bit of invincibility. We will see the Angel platform invincibility go away and building up a little bit of extra credit. 35, 47.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. One landing aerial hit a grenade and she took 47%. You have to keep them in her space. Yeah,
no, it definitely is like you mentioned, a bit of a lamer gameplay style, but Snake with shield and grenade is definitely the play. Like, that's how you build up a lot of your damage. That's how you get out of some combos or some pressure that the opponents can be putting on you.
I think this is the first lead that Null has had during the set, actually.
Quite possibly, yeah. Right now, their projectile placement has been fantastic, though.
Yeah, and it actually looks like half Scion is really kind of struggling to find a kill. Oh, but here's a freebie. Yep. Oh, down tilt. I actually thought it was going to be dash attack, or, well, I think down tilt might be one of the few moves that wouldn't have killed there. So
forward smash actually probably could have been the play as well. It does reach over the ledge a little bit and can two-frame. So because of how Snake would have had to been dodging just to get back to ledge, he probably could have called that one out. Either way,
it would have extended on the Cypher too. So it was
yes,
pretty much
that would have been huge. Oh my God, we finally got it. Oh, the RPG.
The shoe check. Ooh. Yeah. What are these? You're not getting here with these. No.
Yeah, you're not getting it. You gotta go. No. You gotta go.
Go change. You're not coming out with us like this.
Well, I mean, hey, right now, Null's got a nice lead here, a one stock lead at the moment. Now overlapping in percentage for a moment's notice.
Oh my
Look at this.
God.
Oh my God. Yeah, they are going crazy right now.
Full-on Michael Bay neutral right now. Just 86% from almost entirely just errant explosions. I like the down smash attempt. That does send at a really awkward angle for Pyra and Mythra to recover from. Let's see if Half Scion can get back in this, though. Running in with that back air, forcing him off stage, but just really, really struggling. I think Half Scion's going to have to focus a little bit heavier on grabs at this point.
Probably.
Hey. Oh, well.
Oh, unfortunately,
Never mind.
You didn't wait long enough for the throw, so you didn't get the throw invincibility to keep you alive.
look, I didn't. That's one of those things you give advice, and you just like, you know, like I said it, but you ain't got to do what I said. Like that's kind of what I feel like right now, because she definitely died as soon as she got that throw. Like
the good news for Half Zion is that these next 2 games are actually their counter picks. So whatever stage they want to play on outside of whatever Null bans, Half Zion kind of has free reign. So whether they feel most comfortable, that's where things are going to get interesting.
Yeah, best choice here would definitely be for Null. Best choice here definitely would be to ban Town and Yoshi's. Actually, I don't even know, because like Town, Yoshi's, and Battlefield, all 3 of those stages are really good for Aegis in this matchup. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what Null's game plan is going to be moving forward. I mean, you're on the board, you got a game, and that looked really good compared to the first 2. Like the first 2, there were a couple situations where it looks like maybe there's a misinput or 2, but this game, Null looked like they were incredibly in control basically the whole time. Like you mentioned, the Michael Bay neutral, we saw explosions all over the place, but each one was landing, so it built up that damage super quick.
I'm gonna be real, with the altered frame rate, I could not fully comprehend. I could not fully perceive what was happening. There were just bombs and percent was going up.
That's how most people who play Snake feel.
Right, I was like, vaguely, this is what Snake does, so it's fine.
Yeah,
but
so
I couldn't.
It definitely works out for them a little bit. But either way, we're going to be getting into game 4 here with Half Zion stage pick. I'm not sure what we're going to be seeing. It looks like we're going to be going to Battlefield, like you mentioned.
Yep, it was one of those 3. It was guaranteed. I think she's really good here. And also, here's the thing. So the only place where you're not like guaranteed to die when you're recovering against this character is recover high. But being able to use that top platform, a double jump from there with Pyra up air, as soon as you hit Cypher, there's a lot of angles where your stock might just be done for, honestly. So
and outside that too, I mean, it does allow Snake, if he wants to recover high, to have a couple platforms to potentially safely land on. I mean, now granted, like you mentioned, you could have the Pyra up air covering any one of those platforms at a moment's notice. So it will be interesting to see exactly how they do that. Ooh, what a great up smash covering the platform. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really smart. I mean, it covers the entire platform, so really good stuff. And everybody we've seen today has been really good about using the platform. We've seen a lot of ladder combos. We just saw that interaction. We saw the sing on I think the second game of our blocks tonight. Like these players really know what they're doing.
Yeah, these kids are nice, man. They know what they're doing. They are playing their game. And I do like the side B attempt there, trying to throw that at the ledge, potentially trying to cover Snake's recovery. But either way, you get the gentleman's jab right there, closing out that first stock. Well played by Half Zion. But Null, I mean, we've seen what they can do when they get that motor going.
Yeah, I'm going to be real. For that, like 10 seconds, Half Zion was playing Pyra like she was Mythra. It was just like hitbox, 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 something's going to happen, hitbox, hitbox. And in the corner, any one thing connecting would have been the stock, so I fully respect it.
Yeah. So here we go. That just continues to run in and hit the grenade. That's my favorite game. It's my favorite game to play against Snake. Run in, hit the grenade. But either way, sorry, go ahead.
In a row, right?
Yes, I love getting hit by the grenade. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah. No, I actually switched. Oh, another forward smash. Man, I will say one thing. Nola's gonna get that F smash. Nola's been F smashing like crazy this set. And,
they've actually been insane.
It's almost a 50-50 ratio of success to not success on these forward smashes.
Which is a
good ratio.
I think they're 66% right now. I think we've only seen it 3 times. But either way, that's really good. Regardless, even if you just got it 1/4 of the time, that's still a really good percentage for Snake forward smash. Yeah, sticky.
Oh no,
they got stick.
Oh no, danger alert. All right, it's transferred back to Snake. Pyra's just really got to stay away, maybe find a position to land for side B. Oh, but a really, really well placed down air is going to nearly give him the stock. Oh, I think Pyra might be stuck right now. I'm pretty sure. Oh, doesn't matter anymore.
I'm not sure who's where at the moment.
Well, literally time might tell us at this point. Who knows? Oh, it fell off. Okay, all right. That whole time I was like, I really can't tell where it is anymore.
I mean, after Half Zion having a really strong lead in this game, all of a sudden it's a really tough spot there. Okay, goes for the neutral B, the dash attack from Snake. Gonna be trying to create some havoc here. This is a tough spot to be in. Goes for the side B. All right, I kind of like it, but I still think that's a tough call.
Yeah, Half Zion's got quite the mountain to climb, and falling up air from Snake. Not Mythra, not Pyra, but Snake is going to take game 4. Interesting stuff to see. I mean, that move is crazy strong, but boy, the hitbox is not really comparable to the others characters on the screen. But yeah, so now we have our first, I think this is our first game 5, isn't it, all night? I think everyone's been like either 3
yes.
or 3-1.
Yes, I believe this is actually our first game 5. So honestly, super excited to see where this goes right now. I mean, it started off really good for Half Zion, right? Null now 2 games in, and not only just that, but having won on 2 counter picks in a row, I believe now. So it's looking good. It's looking good for Null. It's just a matter of keeping it together for one more game. Half Zion does have their hands full, though.
I like that now that we've gotten 4 games, we've seen the egregious examples of situations where you would understand why people think Pyra and Mythra wins the matchup. And then you've seen a lot of examples of why people think Snake wins the matchup. You've seen a little bit of both. You've seen some really early deaths from those offstage dares, clanking with the Cypher or, almost forward smash a couple times. And then you've seen Mythra and Pyra just struggling to not hit a grenade in neutral with their big hitboxes and just taking tons and tons of damage for it. So, open interpretation. I think Snake wins the matchup, but I can totally... This set is a good example of why it's not really concrete for either of the player bases, I think.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Going to be getting into game 5. An interesting choice going to Final Destination here. And this is our Final Destination. Not only is this going to be the last game of the set, but I believe this is the last game of the night for us.
Yes, this is our final match tonight from the for the block, but we will be back on Saturday, so you will see much more of us soon. That aside, starting off, C4 has been around roll distance. Null hasn't pulled the trigger just yet, but Half Zion put on a bunch of pressure at the beginning of this game. Really strong start for them so far. Yeah. Another thing they can do is if Null is starting to camp with those grenades more, which they should, Pyra side B messes up a lot of that game plan. Like, it's going to blow up in their shield, it's going to do a bunch of shield damage, it's going to make them, like, move from their spot they're camping in. So that's one thing I could maybe see happening in this 5th game, now that, like, both players have had enough time to adapt to each other.
Okay, Half Zion going for the slamma jamma. They were reaching up high. And I love that move from Pyra because when she's coming down, it looks like she's doing a tomahawk dunk like Derrick Rose. just throwing it down, man.
She does.
Here we go, Snake way out there. Not going to get the down air hit that they wanted. Cypher coming in a little bit handy for him.
I will say this, they've been recovering low a lot, but they haven't been getting punished for it as much as they were the first 2 games. It looks like now they're kind of just doing it for free.
Ooh, okay. A nice little play around on the ledge there for Null. And he actually got caught up in a weird scenario. The forward tilt will close out that stock. So Pyra does have a spike hitbox on the downwards trajectory out of her up special, but it's the weakest spike hitbox in the game.
Thank God.
Yeah, right?
I think that move does plenty. It is a skyscraper of a hitbox. I am okay with that.
Yeah, 100%. But right now we're seeing Null just trying to build up some damage to close out the stock here.
Bad angle.
Yeah, Half Zion's doing an amazing job. Honestly, just building up this extra credit. The slamma jamma, not quite going to be able to close it out here.
So here's the other thing. Of course, down air is like very threatening, but like if she runs off in back airs, that's just as much of a stop. Like, hey.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you tossed away the stock.
But, still got a really big % lead as long as you're really careful. And that is an awkward air dodge. Here's a free punish. Oh, the up air is not going to kill just yet, but the second one will. That is another thing about this. So, of course, Pyra up air is really huge. The Snake has very whack air drift, to put it nicely. And she keeps staying under you, just throwing those up airs out. It's kind of inevitable that it's going to connect at some point.
All right, well, I mean, right now, basically a whole stock up. Half Zion just really needs to close out one more to take the set.
Oh, yeah, we're seeing Null trying to really force something to happen. We're seeing even the very lightly charged Nikita's going out, just trying to do some projectiles to like prevent Half Zion's pressure from going down. But right now, it looks like Half Zion is still kind of in the driver's seat. Maybe a couple projectiles are hitting here and there, but this lead is really growing. Yeah, it's definitely looking a little bit rough here. Okay, tried to go for a huge call out of the shield. The grenade, I do like that little toss with the grenade. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get something a little more crazy, but the call out with the up tilt, beautiful read. Yeah, now it's starting to get dicey. Now Pyra Mythra is in kill %, and these projectiles are a lot more threatening, especially considering C4 is in the mix over there, trapped on the right side of the stage, and good awareness from Half Zion to shield that just in time. But Null hasn't been hit in a while, and this could really kind of slip out of their hands. Oh, God.
You know what? I anytime they're charging up forward smash, I'm just believe it's gonna land at this point, just because they are convinced, they are confident, and I am confident that they are gonna be able to land it as well. That's just where it is at the moment.
Even just shielding, it feels like a little bit of a dub, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, but here we go. This could be the game. No, not gonna get the dare. Actually getting sent off stage by the Cypher. That could have been a precarious situation, but looks like Null is still doomed. Doomed to die from that back air.
But either way, even losing the set, Null's team, I believe, is still the winners. Yes, no Mr. Drops and Mickles were able to clean it up earlier. So, I mean, as much as Half Zion would try, it just would not be enough either way. But you still took home a W for yourself. So definitely some nice gameplay all around.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely congratulations to both of those teams. And again, I love the character variety we're seeing. It's been an awesome night. Mm-hmm. Be real with you, it's been a really fun night. It's been great. We've seen some pretty good examples of like why matchups are the way that they are, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely a lot of great talent coming out from these kids. A lot of them played super well. We saw some that even stuck out. I really like Connor and the Jigglypuff. Like that was actually incredible. Oh yeah, dude was dope, man.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of good kids here, and I hope. Oh yeah, was it Puffy versus Rug? What a set that was too. I mean, I don't think Puffy took any games, but like it was down to the wire just about every time. Just watching both those kids do their thing. Well, I mean, I hope you guys can start going to your locals. If you guys can even start going to majors, that's cool. Because you guys can play the game. All of you can play this game. So definitely be sure to check out your locals if you can.
Yeah, fully agreed there. Definitely want to grow that scene, and even if you can't find a local scene, build one. You know, sometimes you got to do that too. I've seen nights where like I've seen Smash 4 nights where there's only like a handful of people, and now we're at a point where our weekly is like a consistent 55, 60 every single week minimum. Mm-hmm. You know, so sometimes you got to grow the scene if you can't find the scene. But
exactly.
Either way, it's time for us to flee the scene. I have been Sai. You can always find me on Twitter. I will. You can always find me on Twitter at SaiPBLK. And additionally, if you are an anime nerd, which statistically many of you are, you can follow my podcast at Shonen Chumps on Twitter. You can find us on Spotify,
Shonen Chumps,
Apple,
that's good.
Instagram. And I can't say the special announcement we have coming up, but we got some really dope stuff coming up. So be sure to give us a like and follow and check out our episodes. They drop every other Friday. And that is it for my plugs for right now.
Yeah, and with parents' permission, you can follow me on Twitter at Skiff Talks. That's pretty much where you're going to find what I'm up to, usually casting and all that. And whatever else is going on in my life, I guess. But outside that is going to be it for us. We hope you enjoyed the show. We certainly enjoyed the show you guys provided for us. And we will see you next time. So have a good night, everybody, and take care.